Hey folks, I know this review is a day late. Normally I put these up Sunday night, but you know what? After yesterday's excursion to a couple of wineries, I just didn't feel like drinking any more wine, especially drinking stuff that was listed at 18%. So today I went to work. After work I went to go work out, and this is why I'm kind of in my workout clothes, as I realized that I had a wine review and I was struggling to figure out what I was going to review when one of my trainers looked at me and says, "Hey, you're taking to that exercise, that weightlifting exercise, like a duck to water." And I realized I had a duck-based wine in my cellar. So we're going to go ahead. I know, folks, that was a stretch. Forgive me. We're going to go ahead and review 2017 Cabernet Sauvignon Canvasback Red Mountain AVA. Stay tuned. Hey, thank you very much for tuning in. This is Scott with the Rookie Pacific Northwest Wine Enthusiast channel, YouTube's primary channel for discussing Pacific Northwest wines, but not exclusively. So before we go ahead and get into the review, if you like this content, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button on the like. That way YouTube will say, hey, you know what, this video is kind of important. Also, if you do like this content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you do decide to subscribe, make sure you hit the little bell icon and select all. That way, when I do upload these types of videos, you are notified. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump right in. Canvasback. Now, these guys are based out of Walla Walla. They're part of the larger Duckhorn wine group, which I think is based out of California. But this particular bottle, normally, I've not had a chance to go, and I've been to Walla Walla every year for the last 4 or 5, it's actually 6 years now, and I've not had a chance to go to the winery and do a sampling. But at the same time, it's also one of those wines where it's extremely out of my price range typically. This particular bottle of wine retails for $42 at Canvasback and on their website here. The only reason I got it was Costco. Yes, I know, I went to Costco. I go to Costco every week, folks, and I cannot help but walk by the wine rack. They had it for $25, $24.99. I'll put the tag right here. But I'm like, you know what? It's a Cabernet Sauvignon. It's Red Mountain. It's less than $25 a bottle. Why would I not try that? So let's go ahead and dive right in. The color on this, I finally found my Wine Folly color chart. This is a medium purple. Now, there are a few artifacts in it. I think that might be from the cork. I looked at the cork. I'm not sure. So, anyways, now this is a 2017 vintage, and according to Canvasback's website, I do have it here on my iPad, this is a recent release. They do sell it for $42 a bottle. Now, before we jump in, this is also not 100% Cabernet Sauvignon. It's 84% Cab Sauv, 11% Merlot, 2% Mourvedre, 2% Petit Verdot, and 1% Syrah. Because it is labeled as a Red Mountain AVA, I'm assuming all of those grapes came from Red Mountain. So, on the nose, this is a medium plus intensity wine. This is your standard Washington State Red Mountain Cabernet Sauvignon. This is a very fruit-forward wine. This has a very jammy nose to it. On the nose, I'm getting a lot of black plum. There's some black currant there. I also want to say there's a little bit of fig, almost like a raisin note. There's some spice. There's a lot going on this nose, which, you know, for $42 a bottle, and I'm assuming that, you know, if Costco sold out of this, if you wanted to get this, again, it's going to be $42 a bottle from the website or from the winery in Walla Walla. I would expect that there would be a lot going on with the wine. Yeah, I'm getting the spice. I'm getting a little bit of a star anise note. There's a smoky charcoal note, and on the it just underlies a little bit of a pipe tobacco note. Now this was aged for 20 months. Didn't say what it was aged in, if it was new oak or French or neutral. So I'm assuming that's proprietary information they don't want out there. By the way, the alcohol in this is 14.7%. All right, let's go ahead and have a sip, shall we? Okay, the body on this. This is a full-bodied Cabernet Sauvignon. There's a lot going on. Medium plus on the tannins. The tannins are not aggressive though, but they're there. They let their presence be known. The acidity, I'm not getting a tartness, but there's a little bit of an underlying acid note. I'm going to say this is more of a medium on the acidity. Again, the alcohol content is 14.7%. Sweetness, this has a jammy but not overly sweet. I'm going to say this is more of along the lines of a off dry type of sweetness to this. The fruit notes. Wow, first of all, the fruit notes are lingering. I am getting that black plum and that black currant note. It just overwhelms the palate. The star anise is there, but I've lost the charcoal note, the smoky note. And I'm not getting any of that pipe tobacco. Maybe I'll get a little bit on that on the second sip. Second sip on this is much better. I think there was a little bit of a palate shock because of how high the alcohol is. By the way, I just broke a fast, so this is the first alcohol I've had since yesterday afternoon, and I've had nothing but water and my dinner tonight. So yeah, the fruit notes on this are very, very intense. The finish on this is a relatively long finishing wine. There's the pipe tobacco. It's very underlying. The fruit notes really do overwhelm the charcoal note and the star anise. The star anise is there, but the charcoal goes away. So if you like that smoky charcoal note that you sometimes get from wood, you're not going to get it on this. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say, you know, I know I didn't look at the who gave the points, but I know that this wine has received a lot of 90-point scores, 90-plus point scores. I gotta say, this is a solid $25 a bottle Cabernet Sauvignon. Is it worth $42 though? I'll be honest with you. I've got some $40, $50, and $60 Cabernet Sauvignons that I think are superior to this. And I'm not sure. Matter of fact, the one that comes to mind is also is another Red Mountain AVA, and it's from Col Solare, and I think it's 65 or 70, and it is a superior Cabernet Sauvignon to this. This is a great Cabernet Sauvignon. At $25 a bottle, I would go back to this. I think at the most I would pay for this Canvasback bottle might be $30 a bottle. But past that, I would be struggling to justify. If If the charcoal and the pipe tobacco notes were a little bit more prominent on the palate like they were on the nose, this would be an outstanding wine, I think. And to me, it would justify the point score. So anyways, have you guys had Canvasback 2017 Red Mountain Cabernet Sauvignon? Please let me know down in the comments down below. Is there another wine, another Cabernet Sauvignon you want me to try out? Please also put that down in the comments below. So anyways, thank you very much for tuning in. You know, I'm going to go ahead and have another glass of this. I'm going to put the cork back in. My wife is doing a 48-hour fast. She cannot have any alcohol for the next 48 hours. And I did promise her that I was not going to finish this bottle. So anyways, folks, thank you very much for tuning in. As always, life is too short for bad wine. This is a good bottle of wine. This is a good $25 to $30 bottle of wine. Not sure it's worth $42 though. So thank you very much. Cheers. Now I gotta go take a shower and get my workout clothes off.